I have stage 6 PTSD. OMORI, one of the hit indie RPG games of all time. A game of psychological horror, pixel graphics, and a great soundtrack.
This is one of the most thrilling experiences I was fortunate enough to go through. Trust me, I was there. Explore a strange world full of colorful friends and foes, including, but not limited to, Kel, Hero, Aubrey, Basil, and maybe even
Humphrey.
Picture this. You want to hop onto TikTok, but you have no Wi-Fi. Well, boy oh boy, guess what? You have nothing better to do other than to play OMORI, a game millions of times more fun than TikTok. I promise you that by the end of this video, you will be hiding in the corner, craving for these nuts.
Now sit tight, buckle your seatbelts, wash your hands, and prepare to watch OMORI, explained by an idiot.
We begin with the first stream.
No, literally.
It is my first stream. We begin in white space. You've been living here for as long as you can remember. Seems about right. You are then introduced to the main character of the game, OMORI. Yep, that's literally his name. After wandering around for 14 minutes straight, I came upon something immaculate. Gentlemen, a knife. Using this knife, we can open an ominous door. Where does this door lead to? To a colorful world where your friends await you. And the gay stairs. It is here where you meet your friends Kel, Aubrey, and Hero, definitely not subscribed to Jellybean. After finding Aubrey's stuffed toy and getting free money, have currency in this world? We head outside and into the woods, which has a soundtrack that I feel would be great background music for liminal space images. We are then introduced to our two other friends, Mari and
Basil.
After 4 minutes of dialogue, we are then shown Basil's photo album. Unimportant, get it out of here! We then meet Burley, who we agreed to play a game of hide and seek with. Now, I'm totally okay with playing a game of hide and seek. If it didn't waste 30 minutes of my time, it looks like we've found everyone. Wait, am I forgetting something? Ah yes,
Basil.
that's missing. Where could he possibly be? Oh, would you look at that? He appears to be in trouble.
Good.
We are then forced into the very first boss fight of the game. And I put boss fight in air quotes because this fight is very easy. After beating this guy up, we are then taken into a few tutorial battles. Unimportant, get it out of here! But we do get this nice little emotion chart. We are then taken to the last tutorial battle against the old Sprout, beating him pretty quickly. I hope this doesn't give any future implications, right? After the battle, we head into Basil's house, which is a shoe. We go inside his house and look at more of his photo album, until one unknown, devious, suspicious photo falls out of the photo album. It is here where we experience the first jump scare of the game. Okay, let's just continue. We are then teleported back to white space. To get out, we have to do the funny. X. Let's just go. Tapu, the only person here. We then wake up in the real world and realize that this was all just a dream. In the real world, you play as Sunny, a depressed 16-year-old with nothing going for him in life. Hey, I think you're kind of relatable. But I won't call him Sunny. I'd rather call him XIA12. No, I just call him Sunny. We listen to our mum's voicemail and learn that we're moving in a few days. How many days? 3. When our mum's voicemail ends, we are greeted with an ominous message. Hungry moment. After saving our game real quick, we head downstairs to get some food. Hold on a minute. No. Instead, sleepy time. We wake up and the sky is all red. Huh. Sunny finally goes down the stairs, but they go long, awfully long. until you fight the literal manifestation of your acrophobia, whose boss theme is a banger at 400% speed. After overcoming your acrophobia, you can finally get down and eat the food.
Es hora de
Anyways, TP time. Doing that was a terrible mistake. Well, it wasn't that much of a mistake, but I did lose all my progress since my last save. On to the next stream. You guys like my new webcam? It's fire. We began where I last saved, meaning I had to redo all my progress. We hear knocking noises, and I instinctively check the door. There, we see Mari asking if we can let her in. Is that really Mari?
No.
And I plead with you not to search on YouTube what will happen if you open the door. Anyways, TP time. We're back in white space, and we are shown a game of Hangman. Wonder what it spells out. We meet our friends and learn that Basil is missing. We go to Mari, but she doesn't know where he is either. Basil's house? No luck either. Our search for Basil leads us to a very tall ladder. Climbing the ladder would lead to the next location in Sunny's dream world, which is called Headspace, by the way, if you don't know. There, we meet Captain Space Boyfriend, the leader of the Space Pirates. He's bedridden and sick. Wait, no. Sick? He recently broke up with someone he called Sweetheart. To cure him of his love sickness, we have to find a certain special mixtape in the junkyard. Why is it there? However, I decided to end the second stream there. Time for the next stream. For retrieving the special mixtape, I used it to cure his love sickness. Or did I? Turns out, taking the mixtape was a horrible mistake. We are forced into a boss fight against Captain Space Boyfriend, and I'm not gonna lie, the theme song is a bop. After beating Captain Space Boyfriend, we find a strangely familiar silhouette. We follow it, because I'm an idiot. We follow it into a building, into a mirror, and what do you know? We go up the stairs and find a painting. Okay. Then we experience the second jump scare of the playthrough.
Got ketchup mixed with lettuce, cheese, plus every time I wake up in the morning, I got burgers on my mind.
We wake up in the morning. We have a voicemail from Mother telling us to do the chores. We go out and hear knocking noises. We are reminded of the knocking noises of last night. Instead this time, Kel is the one that's doing the knocking. Here, we are presented with two options. Go outside and touch grass, or not touch grass and do the chores. I think you know what I'm going for here. I opened the door and was greeted by real-life Kel, our friend. We spent time in the park together, where we see a quirked-up white boy busting it down. Wait, no, and it looks like he's being bullied.
Good.
Kel identifies him as real-life Basil. The herb? No. Basil, the Bulgar Slayer. Through all this commotion, a group of people on scooters arrive at the scene. This group of people is called the Hooligans, with their leader being real-life Aubrey. After a bit more dialogue, we fight Aubrey. Okay.
Bruh.
But Sunny has a secret weapon, and is not afraid to use it. Violence right there.
Bruh.
The Hooligans leave the scene, while Kel discovers Sunny's knife he used in the fight against Aubrey, confiscating it. Thank you, Kel. Once that's all done, we have a little reunion with Basil. We bring him to his house. Why does it have so many flowers? Before going in his house, he asks if we could retrieve his photo album from Aubrey. Yep, the photo album in real life. First, we just gotta find Aubrey. We ask some of our hooligan friends, but they don't know where she is. Angel and Charlie? No. The Maverick? No. Kim and Vance? The church? We go to the church, and it appears that they're having a sermon.
maybe it's best not to barge in and disturb the sermon like a bunch of idiots. And he's gone. Okay. So far, we've seen every real-life counterpart of our Headspace characters. Django, real-life Kel, real-life Aubrey, and real-life Basil. Kel does mention the existence of a real-life hero, his older brother, but he's in college, studying medicine. However, he will be coming back the next day, so we should be seeing him anytime soon. So we have a real-life Kel, Aubrey, Basil, and Hero, but where OMORI? Well, eventually, we do get to retrieve Basil's photo album, after Aubrey just throws it away. Thank you, Aubrey. Later that day, we return the photo album to Basil. We are given the chance to go through the photos together. Notice how there are a few missing photos. Curious. After eating dinner at Basil's, we finally go back home after a long day of fooling around. Wait, I don't remember my house having this many files. Must be Australia. We go up the stairs, but they're long. Stupidly long. We eventually get up there and find whatever the heck this thing is. Wait a minute, is that Mari? Oh, she dead, man. Oh well, guess it's time to fight another one of our phobias. Once we overcome our arachnophobia, the house is back to normal. Okay. I think we know what time it is. Yeah, that's right. Sleepy time. Back to Headspace. All this time, Basil has still been missing. We continue our search for Basil. After a little bit of dialogue with Mari, we do a never-before-seen strategy of going right. We see a few sprout moles in our way, so we beat them up. Upon dying, they drop tickets for a show. Show tickets for a show featuring Sweetheart. That same Sweetheart Captain Space Boyfriend talks about. After riding a minecart, we are taken to a place where the show's venue seems to be visible. On the way there, we see dead sprout moles littered across the ground. Soon, we stumble upon a graveyard of dead sprout moles. Not good. We finally see the source of death. Caterpillar? Oh well, guess it's time to fight.
Stop the cap.
There we go, boys. We beat him. Well, that took forever. After defeating the caterpillar, a ladder appears in its place. Gentlemen, welcome to the Sprout Mole Village, home of the Sprout Mole. This place happens to be the venue of the show we have the tickets for. Before the show starts, the Sprout Moles take a moment to honor their old leader, who has since passed. Ye old Sprout. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have killed him in the tutorial. In this show, 3 hand-picked contestants are shown to this Sweetheart. If lucky, one of them will be taken as Sweetheart suitor. Unfortunately, all 3 contestants look like crap. Before the show starts, one of the contestants, Snaily, yes, that's Snaily from the junkyard, gets struck by lightning. So, Hero becomes a replacement. It is time for the star of the show to make her appearance. She's beauty, she's grace, she has a profile picture of an anime girl's face. Oh, contestants numbers 1 and 2 are too short? Send them to the dungeon. Hero, however, despite Sweetheart choosing him as her suitor, does not wish to be her suitor. Oh, he won't be her suitor? Send all of us to the dungeon, yes sure, why not? So it looks like we're stuck here for the rest of eternity. Or are we? The gods aren't really paying attention to us, and they've made the foolish decision of not locking the door. I think this is the perfect time to make our escape. So we finally escaped the dungeon, and what better way to end this journey than by fighting our old captor. Gentlemen, let the battles commence. As you can see, we're falling. We land in a lost library where some of Sunny's memories are kept. Like this one, which we make our way through the lost library where we see a hole in the bookshelves that casts a bright light. We look through the hole and waking up, we read another voicemail from our mum saying that we haven't been answering her calls lately. Sorry, Mum. We open the door to be greeted by the one and only Kelsey. We go to the faraway park where we meet Basil, who really just looks like a nervous wreck 24/7. A few moments later, he's gone. We hear cries of help coming from somewhere, probably Basil, of course. We get to the source of those noises, where we find Basil in his usual situation of being bullied by Aubrey and her new friends. As good friends of Basil, we fight the bullies off. Dude, it's 2v6, how the heck are we supposed to beat them? We lost. Fortunately, the bullies, despite being the victors of the recent one-sided fight, just leave. Yeah! The bullies leave Aubrey behind, like a bunch of self-proclaimed friends. We are thus left with this reaction from Aubrey. Understandably, Aubrey's quite mad. So mad, in fact, that she takes out her anger on Basil by pushing him into the lake.
Splendid.
We dive in the water to save our friend from drowning, because that's what friends are for. We do this before realizing that we run the very risk of drowning ourselves. Oh, so you're afraid of drowning? That means you have to fight yet another one of your phobias. After that's all done, Basil and I were saved by Hero, definitely not subscribed to Dream. Although the both of us have been saved by this absolute Sigma male, Basil remains unconscious, so we bring him back home and call it a day. However, on the way there, this happened. Stream crashed. I had noticed that my stream had crashed, and in a panic, I started recording in OBS rather than streaming, saved my game, and hovered my cursor over the X button of the OMORI game window. Hal asks his mum if he and his older brother can have a sleepover in Sunny's house. Hey, you know what would be the coolest thing that you could do in sleepovers? Yeah, that's right. Sleepy time. We enter the dream world with this cutscene of our friends. Except, psych, we don't have any. We leave this place and head north, because I know exactly where to go. There, we meet Mari and swim across the lake and walk through walks together. Until we come across a floating curtain where Mari walks on water, becomes grey, does a face reveal, and goes into the curtain, which disappears, leaving a portal behind. Yeah, this is totally normal. We go into the portal and enter yet another gameplay segment, The Last Resort. In The Last Resort, we find Kel, Aubrey, and Hero, who were tricked into signing contracts and now work for the person that runs this place, Mr. Jawsome.
Bruh.
We remind our friends that we still have to look for that little prick we call friend, Basil. But Mr. Jawsome won't let his new workers just go without a fight. So we fight him. To be honest, this fight was an absolute pain in my rectum. This fight essentially functioned as a 3v4, with the friend group fighting Mr. Jawsome and 2 of his Gator employees. What was truly excruciating about this fight was the fact that to get to Mr. Jawsome, I would have to knock out one or both of his Gator bodyguards. Every time I knocked one out, Mr. Jawsome would call in another one, meaning I had to knock one of the Gators out before I could even damage Mr. Jawsome. And I did this for 30 minutes. Once I did finally meet him, I had to fight someone else. In my opinion, the Pluto expanded fight was much easier. All our health from the last fight had been restored, and this fight was just your regular 1v4. I only died to Pluto expanded once, and it only took 15 minutes. And that was it for The Last Resort. We packed our bags and left, and all we had to do was travel along this road. But this wasn't just some ordinary road. This road was exceptionally long. All told, from the moment I got out of The Last Resort to the moment I reached the end of the highway, I had spent 58 minutes, about an hour. Nevertheless, I have reached the end of the highway, where I saved my game, and continued, until I came across a whale. This is Humphrey, and we go inside him. Nah, the wording there could have been much better. We let Humphrey eat us. Nah, the wording for this part is straight up just not going to work. Let's continue. We enter Humphrey, god damn it dude, and find out that his insides are huge. So huge in fact, that we use a literal boat for transportation. And even this is an agonizingly long way of traveling. While inside Humphrey, I'm gonna be saying this a lot, will I? We'll have to solve multiple puzzles to progress in the game. After solving each puzzle, a cutscene of Sweetheart and one of the 3 slime girls plays. Oh, did I forget to mention that Humphrey also swallowed Sweetheart because Sweetheart's visiting a family of sea witches also located inside Humphrey? Also, here's a better question, how did Sweetheart get here? In each of the 3 cutscenes of Sweetheart and one of the slime girls, we get to know the names of each slime girl. They are Molly, Medusa, and Marina, all of them known for conducting certain experiments. There is a section in the Humphrey gameplay segment that contains some of the slime girls' experiments, like this. Baldy, it was around this time that my stream decided to do the funny.
Stream crashed again.
Just like before, I was a bit mad. Also just like before, I had started recording with OBS, saved my game, and hovered my cursor over the X button of the OMORI game window. In the next stream, I made my way through the, experiments, and traversed through Humphrey's insides. I don't like this script. We find the slime girls, along with Sweetheart, all together. Sweetheart, being the total douche she is, doesn't consider us to be worth her time, and leaves. She gets eaten by Humphrey. The slime girls need money. Why, you may ask? Are they broke? Are they greedy? No, don't care. They demand 1 million clams. Because we don't have that many clams, they want us to become their pets. We then fight them because we can. Gentlemen, let the doom music play.
We've defeated the slime girls and Humphrey, and are ejected out of the whale. So ends that part of the script. Along with ejecting us, Humphrey ejects letters. Remember how we were shown a game of Hangman just a while ago? It spells out something, but what exactly? Throughout the game, we've been collecting multiple letters. Some of those letters spell out the words. After collecting 2 final keys, we get our answer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Space. Here, all of Sunny's repressed memories are kept, like the loquacious cat. We can ask it questions like, what is the meaning of life? Oh, what about, what happens after you die? Oh, Black Space is that one part where the game goes full psychological horror. To exit Black Space, which is my goal, I would need to unlock a red door, go through it, and then do all of this. To unlock that red door, I would have to open 8 regular doors, each one leading to a separate room. Black Space is a place where we unlock the deepest secrets of Sunny's past. So, let's open the first door. The first person we meet is this individual, Stranger. He has the silhouette of Basil, which means he could just be Basil. He explains that this room is full of broken things, but at least in here, I can see who you really are. The world you created above this one. Did you make it to protect this place, or to hide it away? We follow blue footsteps that lead to a key. This key is used to unlock one of the other 8 Black Space doors. After that, you can explore the room for a little bit, or you can be like me, and just exit the room right away. The next room was fairly uneventful. Except for the loquacious cat. Understandably, this room looks quite confusing. But as Stranger once said, lost in this confusion lies the root of everything. The truth you've locked away, you must find it no matter what. You have to, for both of us. Thank you, Stranger. Next room was something. No Stranger dialogue, just scribbles. The next room, however, did have some Stranger dialogue. When you hit the truth, you sealed a part of me away with it. He's been waiting for someone to save him all this time. On that day, when you became nothing, I was split in half. Which one did you think was more painful? The next room had no Stranger. But we had this thing named Something. Bro, the thing just spammed Sunny, I love you, like my name's Sunny. Blood, get it right, my name's OMORI. The next room had the white space cat in it, Mable. Interacting with her gives you the option to cut her open. Unable to make a decision, I decide to ask chat for advice.
Should I cut her open? Yes? No? I don't know.
All this before doing the big funny. The next room had no Stranger. Instead, we have this less cool version, Basil. This room had quite a lot of watermelons in it. Naturally, I went ahead and broke open the watermelons, looking for the key to the next room. Until the wrong watermelon was the one that broke. The next room had Stranger in it. Our friends have suffered because of us. Can we still call them friends? No matter how much I want it, things can't go back to the way they were before. But why does part of me still cling on? Is there still hope left for us, Sunny? Blood, get it right, my name's OMORI. Aside from Stranger, another NPC found in this room is Blue Girl, whose only dialogue is literally just, don't talk to me.
Okay.
And alas, we have unlocked this spooky red door. Going through it, we are transported to this snow biome thing. We make our way to a church, where Basil is not really having a good time.
Good.
He asks, will you forgive me, my best friend?
No.
Basil gets consumed by this black mass, so we go ahead and save him. We are taken to a room with Basil and yet another spooky red door. We go through the red door, except psych, Basil gets pulled by the door. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Red Space. Popular tourist destinations? Basil. He asks again, I'm so sorry. Will you forgive me, my best friend?
No.
Instead of forgiving him, we outright murder him. Uh-oh. We climb a flight of stairs where we arrive at the throne of blood-red hands. One day left. At this point, I just... We wake up, only to remember that we had completely forgotten to do the chores Mom had given us. Worry not, the hero did those chores for us, like the absolute Giga Chat he is. We learned that Aubrey hasn't went out of the house since, like, yesterday. Dude, I've locked myself away from society for 4 years straight, and you don't seem to care. Now this bloke's gone for less than 24 hours, and you're all whiny about it. Anyways, we visit Aubrey's house, which is a stinky, soggy, slimy mess. Gets away from me. Naturally, we burst into her room, talk to her about our past a bit, and now she's a bit less of a douchebag than before, apologizing for what she had done to Basil the day before. After all that, we can look at Basil's photo album together, where all of our childhood memories can be found. There is, however, one missing photo that can be located in the treehouse of Sunny's backyard. You find the photo with a key taped to its back, along with the words, "Don't forget, it's in the toy box." After that, you can bond with your old friends for as long as you want, considering you have 1 day left, before moving away. However, at this point, I really want the game to be finished by now. You see, I've been streaming this game for a total of 6 days at this point, and my sanity is having none of it. I bonded with my friends for as short as possible. So, let us skip to the end of the day in Basil's house. After a long day of bonding with friends, we go to sleep together and wake up in white space. Not as OMORI, but as Sunny. Speaking of OMORI, we see him in his natural habitat, aka white space. Behind him is a black light bulb that we are given the option to destroy. Being the destructive 16-year-old I am, I destroyed the light bulb. After doing so, we find ourselves in a black room, together with that of something from black space. Naturally, we fight it. Except psych, we have to fight all of our phobias for one last time. Once we overcome our fears, we find ourselves in the same black room, except something has been replaced by a light bulb, which we pick up. Doing so brings us to a bright, peaceful place in stark contrast to what we had just went through. The trees are plenty and colourful. Look, we even have some black and white photos of them.
But this is just the beginning.
We find Basil at the base of an exceptionally large tree, who hands us his photo album. Not the Real World nor Headspace albums. No, it's something different. We then find ourselves in a room together with Sunny's mother, who exclaims that her only daughter is gone and that I am her only son. Me. We then collect a random photo of a wall, and... ahem.
Basil.
Exiting the room, we happen upon a very big room with numerous bedridden people. In the room, we find 2 images. The first shows what looks to be Sunny crying at the base of a bed with an outstretched hand. The second photo shows Sunny grasping the arm of the person lying on the bed. Once we had collected all 2 photos, a bright red window appears that we can use to exit the room. The next room had extra long stairs that led to the ground floor, and 3 photos. The first one shows a body being carried up the stairs. The second shows presumably Sunny going down the stairs, and the third showed... yeah. The room we're currently in contains a photo that shows someone holding Sunny with both hands. Basil is also in the room, who assures that everything is going to be okay. Shut up! Exiting the room brings us to a grayscale performance stage. In it are 5 photos. The first photo shows hands, with Sunny in the background crying at the base of a bed. There is someone on the bed. What just happened? Thanks to whatever the heck just happened, Sunny now leaves a trail of blood behind. Awesome. The second one shows Sunny carrying the body, along with whoever took this photo. The third photo shows Sunny dragging the body, clearly distressed about what had just happened. The fourth photo shows, never mind. The fifth and last photo shows a broken violin at the base of a flight of stairs. We exit the stage into a field of blackness. There are 2 photos here. The first one, upon collection, plays a very unsettling piano chord.
We see Mari and Sunny arguing at the top of the staircase. The second photo shows Sunny pushing Mari down the stairs. Chat, I think we might have killed him. We then find ourselves in the same room that preceded red space and black space. Screwing in the light bulb we got from the start of this ordeal into the lamp, the room lights up just a little bit. A photo lies on the floor. It depicts Mari falling down the stairs. The door opens and we are able to go outside. Here we find a few more photos to add to the photo album. A jump rope that children used to play and have fun with. Someone tying the jump rope. Dangling feet. Okay, I'm not showing that. We arrive at the base of a tree where the last photo remains to be collected. I'm sorry. I had to do it. But that begs the question, why is Mari dead? Hey guys, how you been? Fancy weather today, innit? Today I'll be investigating the factors that could have led to Mari's untimely demise, and possibly even find out whether that poor girl really died or was just simply unconscious. Take what I say with a grain of salt, because I am not a qualified medical expert, nor am I really that knowledgeable when it comes to the topic I am about to discuss in general. My credibility will be about as trustworthy as Wikipedia. Now, an average of 12,000 people die from downstairs falls per year, in addition to 1 million injuries. This roughly translates to an 83-to-1 injury-death ratio, which means that based on statistics alone, Mari had a 98.8% chance of surviving the fall. However, we must not forget the broken violin at the bottom of the staircase that Mari unfortunately landed on. It is unknown if a fall down the stairs onto a broken violin is survivable, but my smooth-out brain can say that, probably. I feel like the violin would only really inflict some cuts and lacerations on Mari, but leaving the vital organs more or less intact. Honestly, I don't really know. But then, what did Mari really die from? During the fall, she might have gotten her neck broken somewhere along the way, or maybe the violin did the final blow. Again, I have no clue. But let's investigate the other possibility. What if Mari didn't actually die and was just unconscious? You can suffer traumatic brain injuries from falling downstairs. Such injuries include a coma, or maybe even death. Remember that last photo I showed you just a while ago? That wasn't there for added shock value, but it was there to provide evidence as to whether or not Mari was really dead. Spoiler alert. Yeah, she probably was. Long story short, when you die, your muscles relax, and your eyelids open, resulting in this terrifying look on Mari. But she might have died from the hanging, and not from the fall. Therefore, we must look at the evidence before the hanging. Early in the truth segment, in the room with Basil, there is a person laying on bed, presumably Mari. Interacting with it gives the dialogue, this person is not breathing. This implies that when Mari was on the bed, she wasn't breathing. Unconscious people do breathe, and Mari wasn't breathing. Along with how the game intentionally pictures Mari as dead, you can safely assume that Mari most likely died. If only she got immediate medical attention after the accident, that she might have had a slightly higher chance of survival. So Basil, why in God's name didn't you call 911, you fool, you idiot, you moron? We wake up in the middle of the night with a compelling urge to go to Basil, who has locked himself away in his room for quite a while now. We enter the room and find Basil because, it's his room. He expresses his distress about the fact that we're moving away. He doesn't blame us for wanting to leave, but he blames that something behind me. At once, Basil's version of something appears. We attempt to run away, but something who's literally behind us prevents us from doing so. Now, both kids decide to fight each other, which I just don't get why they do that. I mean, like, the two of you are clearly in distress, you should help each other out. Why would you fight? Fine, sure, why not? During the very tense fight between the two 16-year-olds, a few strange words were said. Like, there's no way out of this, is there? I mean, like, yeah, literally, I tried to escape, but I couldn't. Sonny, do you hate me?
Yes.
I'm so tired. Then sleep! Eventually, Basil does the unthinkable and stabs our eye with his gardening shears. Oh my. The two kids pass out while we hear ambulance sirens in the background. We wake up in a brighter version of our neighborhood. Have we died? Are we in heaven? Or is this all just a dream? We find Basil in front of our house, who we talk to. After our conversation, just when it looks like he's about to go, he gives us a hug. Inside our house is Mari, who we have a little bit of dialogue with. After talking to her, a door that we have never seen in our house thus far appears. We enter it and unlock the toy box, the same toy box that the photo we found in our treehouse references. In it, we find a broken violin and some sheet music. We exit our house, and instead of exiting into the neighborhood, we exit into a bridge. But not just any bridge. Found on this bridge are the many memories Sonny has had with his friends and older sister. Along the bridge, there are a number of spots with a bright light emanating from them. Going into one of these brings us to one of Sonny's memories. The first memory shows Sonny and his friends playing a game of cards. To progress, we would need to go through a substantial amount of dialogue before exploring the scene for a little while and leaving. The second memory is at the beach. In it, the friend group eats a watermelon, and that's about it. You can interact with the other characters and explore the surroundings a bit, but that's boring. Third memory started off with us asleep. No joke, Sonny was asleep for like half the memory. Once we do wake up, Basil shows us a picture he took while we were asleep. The next memory takes place on a rainy day. While this memory may be known for this interesting bit of dialogue, it is also known for this. When Aubrey mentions that her favorite color is pink, Kel expresses his dislike for the color. He called pink a gross color, and in response, Aubrey calls Kel a gross color. The penultimate memory takes place on Basil's birthday. We did what anyone would do on a birthday. We celebrated, had fun, and made wishes. Our wish was for everyone to be happy.
It didn't last.
The final memory took place on Christmas Day of an unknown year. On this day, we received a gift. A gift from all of our friends. A violin. The violin. The same violin from the accident. And alas, we have reached the end of the bridge, where we go inside the building. The hero, Kel, and Aubrey give us very useful life advice. After that, they disappear, and the room becomes all black. Then, an empty music stand appears, which we can put our sheet music on. We then proceed to play the violin.
Number 6. Man urinates on fellow passenger for not being allowed to smoke.
Welcome back to White Space, the place where the game began and where it shall end. Because here is where the game's final boss awaits you. Yourself. OMORI. The Battle of the Ages begins. The fight to decide whether or not we live or we die. At first, we seem to have beaten OMORI. However, once we get his health down to 0, he doesn't die and respawns for some reason. Each time we get his health down to 0, the screen becomes more distorted and distorted. All while the same bloody text appears, OMORI did not succumb. Throughout the fight, this child tried to shame us for killing Mari, saying words like, "You're nothing but a liar." When they see the truth, they'll hate you as much as you hate yourself. People like you don't deserve to live. Hey, that's a bit mean. And lastly, you killed Mari. She loved you, and you killed her. Unfortunately, it is us who succumbs to his attacks. It seems that we had lost the fight. There's just one problem with that. I won't give up. I will do whatever it takes to dropkick this monochrome 12-year-old minor. We get up and take violin stands. We get back to the fight, and the only option is to play. We have defeated OMORI. He drops his weapon down and disappears. There remains one final thing left to do. We wake up and get out of bed. We have been hospitalized after the fight with Basil, where he stabbed the right eye. We get out of our room and walk towards Basil's room. We find his room and enter it. There, after 4 years of secrecy, we finally tell the truth of what happened to Mari to our friends. And that's about it. OMORI has been fully explained. Final game time, 21 hours, 36 minutes, and 28 seconds. Special thanks, you. The game was one heck of a roller coaster to play, and took me 7 streams and 7 days to beat. To properly rate this game, I would judge it based on 3 criteria, starting with story. This game executed its story flawlessly. I'm not gonna go into story again, but man is it good. 10 out of 10. Now for the gameplay, you heard me right. I didn't really like the gameplay. Everything happened so slowly, hence the ungodly game time. I don't know why I don't like this kind of slow-paced gameplay. Okay, I guess. The battle system, it's decent. Overall, the gameplay was a 3 out of 10. And finally, overall enjoyability. Get this game! It only costs like £12, go do it! And with that I conclude that OMORI is emo Pokemon. This video was made over the span of 5.5 months, and I'm finally glad to see it over. And with that out of the way, may I see you in the next video.